Hi there, Michele. So, I'm very happy to see this essay from you. Let's get right into it. Okay, the topic is global marketing. Alrighty, here's what you said. Nowadays, the globalization due to an intensification of the international market change our way of living. In fact, we are surrounded of several products that come abroad the country and often produced to the other side of the world. Okay, well, so first things first, you've got a paragraph. It's not really a paragraph, it's just one sentence, but it lasts a very long time. And there's lots of grammatical mistakes in here, okay? So let's start with that. Nowadays, globalization is due to an intensification of the international... okay, I think I know what you're trying to say. Let me try it again. Nowadays, globalization, due to an intensification of the international market, changes our way of living. I don't know what you mean here. Maybe like as a result, new sentence here. As a result, we are surrounded by many products that come abroad to the country and are often produced on the other side of the world. Now, so, okay, great. We cleaned up the grammar, but you haven't really done what an introductory paragraph is supposed to do. So, what you're really talking to me about here is globalization. You're talking to me about international trade, but nothing about international marketing. And certainly you haven't told me your opinion about it. So, you haven't mentioned the whole issue in the task, which is that some people are in favor of it, and then other people think that it's invasive and intrusive. So, this has not done any of the needs that it has not fulfilled any of the needs that an introduction has to fulfill, okay? So you need to rework this a little. All right, let's move on. There are several people that think that have a strong foreign market can be intrusive because it can invade and destroy the national one, and most of the time is an unfair competition. Okay, again, lots of grammar here. There are many people who think that having a strong foreign market can be intrusive because it can invade and destroy the national one, while most of the time being unfair competition. All right, it's still not great, but I fixed it up a little bit. For instance, the producers do not, we never use a don't in an essay like this, we never use contractions. The producers do not respect workers' conditions, S apostrophe. So, workplace safety procedures are not the same that we have here. Therefore, it's no apostrophe here. Impact positively to the final cost of production, but not for the security. And this creates, okay. The grammar, Michele, is everywhere. It's very difficult to read because you've got these really long sentences. Check this out. Look, it starts here and the sentence goes all the way over here. But grammatically, it's got errors all over. So this is something that if you look at the band descriptors, it's called creates a strain for the reader. All right. So that's a problem. You have to really, really work on your grammar. Another aspect that we can consider is the uncertain origin of the material used for the manufacture. This aspect, full stop here. This aspect is extremely important because it can make the sustainability of the item produced. Okay, I don't know what that means. Can make the sustainability, I don't know what you mean here. For example, comma, using cotton produced with slave workers or consuming avocado produced on top of deforestation can be a factor to be considered. A final consideration in this new way of trading is frequently unsustainable business because the shipment is considerably the cost, the weight on the head of everyone. I don't know what this means. Who uses or consumes the product. Okay.
The reasons are many, but the most significant is that we do not respect the environment. So all of, careful with your spelling, all of the products that come from the other side of the planet are not a green choice. Okay, so far I can tell you that while you've really developed, you've really had a lot of things to say about this topic, it's not 100% on topic because we're talking about international marketing here, but you're really just talking about international trade and globalization. There's a lot of stuff about like sustainability. And so remember, you're supposed to be talking about intrusive and the invasiveness of marketing products in other countries. Okay, that's the whole goal here. And I feel like you're getting off topic. Now, apart from that, there's tons of grammatical mistakes that are making it difficult to read in certain areas, okay? So that's the first feedback about the first body paragraph. Let's go to the second body paragraph now. On the other hand, with this new wave of international trading, we assisted to an important selection. No, you can't really say that. Okay, on the other hand, with this new wave of international trading, again, we're not talking about trading, so careful here. We have assisted, what are you trying to say here? Okay, I think you're trying to say that we have assisted in, let me see, I'm not really sure, Michele. An important selection among the local company in order to survive and be more competitive. Are you trying to say that with all of this trade, basically we've weeded out the weaker companies, and so we've kind of made we've kind of created this selection process where only the strongest companies survive? I think that's what you're trying to say. I think that's what you're saying. I think that with all this competition, we have created such a process that only the strongest local companies can survive. I think that's what you mean. Okay, this this has led with LED. The factories to have a more efficient production. Get rid of the new technology development in order to gain quality and reduce the final cost of the product. Why? I don't understand how this has led to this. So if you're going to make a connection like this, you have to explain it. The reader should not be left with any whys, okay? The effect of the situation is clearly evident in the retail shops where we can have more choices with cheaper prices, and this consequently, not consequentially, can affect the pocket of the buyer. A second aspect, you don't need to make a new paragraph here. You should not have hit return. A second aspect of this change, okay, is that people had to, you had to adapt to several new rules, like adopting a new common language to communicate with the company, and this reduces, ideally, the distance throughout the globe, not between the globe. Again, this is something you need to support. You need to then add a little bit to it, and then you could say, for example, most international companies have selected English as the language of communication for their business, requiring many companies that interact to have its staff learn English, or to require English-speaking staff so that they can communicate better. All right, I would maybe even add something else here, but okay. So you have to back it up with some support, all right? Okay, so to conclude, the global market is using and depauperating a lot of energy from our plant. This is not the right word here. From our plants, producing pollution and rising the global warm. Okay, the global worm? No. I think you're trying to say the greenhouse effect, global warming, with an A-I-N-G. This is a different word altogether. Okay, let's try it again. To conclude, the global market is using and depleting, perhaps, a lot of energy from our plants, producing pollution and increasing global warming, with the result of devastating the pure quality of life. So, in my opinion, we should rethink what is more important to know about for us and for the future generation. Okay, so again, Michele, what's happening here is that your conclusion doesn't really fit with the whole topic of this essay. I mean, we're talking about global marketing and whether it's invasive and intrusive to a country or whether it's this wonderful way to spread ideas and education and language and so forth. Okay, so this doesn't really fit into anything that the task is. I mean, you've gone off in a different direction, and I don't want you to do that. Okay, you need to really stick to the focus that the task has asked you to stick to. Okay, so as we can see, just kind of to wrap up, there are a number of problems with this essay. Even though you did do a lot of development here, it's not on topic. And there were a lot of mistakes as well in terms of grammar and expression. So what I really want you to look carefully at is signing up to the online course here, which really will cover all areas of writing for IELTS. And I think that would really benefit you because you need to kind of, let's see, first of all, you need to understand how to answer the topic, like how to respond to it, and then how to develop your answers in a way that is appropriate and cohesive and will get you the score you need. Okay, do look into that option. I hope you will. So lots of luck to you, and please keep on writing.